paperwork is in order. We've been inspected. We've had surveyors. This is seaworthy. There's no problem.
They told me you can make observations. You are not seaworthy.
They can call Delaware and talk to the officials there that this is documented in Delaware. The paperwork is in order.
Follow the law.
I am following the law.
The situation as it stands now is that many of the passengers on the Canadian boat are sleeping on the boat in case there is a window of opportunity in which they can leave, but that seems unlikely. There is a very heavy military and police presence at the port, both on the water and on the ground. This is all as a result of attempts by the passengers of the Canadian boat and the organisers particularly to resolve the problems that were placed in its path by the Greek authorities. Every day they would solve the problems in accordance with the wishes of the Greek authorities, who would produce new paperwork for them to fill in. Today that paperwork was completed. It was all in order, but the Greek authorities have made it clear now officially that no boats will be leaving towards Gaza. The backup plan was to ask the authorities to let the boat sail to another port of departure and from there figure out what to do. That's not being accepted either. Of course, we know what's happened with the US boat, with it trying to break through the port without permission and then being brought back to a naval base, in fact, where it's now trapped. So the boats seem to have been blockaded themselves. They're not going anywhere, and that's what the flotilla organisers were warning about earlier this week, about Israel exporting the siege way beyond the Mediterranean and into the very ports of the Greek territorial waters. So at the moment, a lot of the journalists are starting to pack up and head back to their home countries because they've just simply run out of time. I have to admit the feeling amongst many people is no longer optimistic. It's almost as if there is no way out of this current situation, but the organisers are still insisting that they will do whatever they can legally to get these boats free. They've spent a lot of money on them, and so they're very keen, to do right by all the people that have donated towards this project, and they still feel it's a very important project. But at the same time, they feel that they have completed part of the mission, which was to raise awareness about the issue of Gaza and bring it back into the headlines. They've shown to what great lengths Israel is willing to go to keep the issue of Gaza out of the headlines and to cripple and kill off this flotilla by any means possible, because it can't afford another confrontation where its military attacks and potentially even kills unarmed civilians on the international waters. So for the moment, as I said, passengers are sleeping on the boat. Some of the passengers are sleeping on the boat, and they'll wait to see what happens in the morning. Until then, the port is in lockdown with the Navy and the military watching over the Canadian boat to Gaza, the Tahrir, and the US boat is in fact in a naval base surrounded by barbed wire and soldiers. What the flotilla organisers were warning about earlier this week, about Israel exporting the siege way beyond the Mediterranean and into the very ports of the Greek territorial waters. what the flotilla organizers were warning about earlier this week, about Israel exporting the siege way beyond the Mediterranean and into the very ports of the Greek territorial waters.
And we have a number of speakers who will go further into the situation, but right off the top I just wanted to mention we have 3 activists from Vancouver that many of us know well and many of us are friends with, who are on the Canadian boat, the Tahrir. There's about 50 people planning to sail on this boat, about 35 of them Canadians, including about a half a dozen journalists. Some observers from other countries, but we have more than 30 Canadians. We have 3 Vancouverites hoping to sail on the Tahrir. They're among the people who are being held by the Greek port authorities. Sorry, no one's been arrested at this point from the Canadian boat, but they're being held at dock, unable to do what they want, which is leave Greece, on a boat that is not Greek-owned, that they have every right to sail. So today we're gathered here to give our solidarity to our friends Irene McGuinness, Jace Tanner, and Karen DeVito. And we'll be getting updates from them hopefully here, and we can report to you a little later in the rally. So we're going to get going with our I should also mention right off the top, Kevin Nish of Victoria is also on the Canadian boat and hoping to sail. And we all know that Kevin was witnessed the massacre on the Mavi Marmara. He escaped with his life, but he has been working tirelessly for the last 12 months to make the martyrs of the Mavi Marmara remembered, to bring the Palestinian struggle to the attention of people all across Canada. So let's have a round of applause for what Kevin Nish has done and continues to do.